going on, guys? So I go by Ali Mavis, and today I am going to record my trade session with my Forex funds. So this is my Forex funds phase two account, and I decided to record the session. Now I did speed up the session. This is probably, I believe, this was a 4-hour session. So I did speed it up, and I also cut some parts out because my computer, the screen had shut off. So yeah, but we got all that background information out the way. So what I'm planning to do, guys, is record my sessions and go over my thought process and actually analyze my psychology through the session. So for those that are wondering, why do I have all these orders up here, or all these entries, I should say? So when the market had opened, where this caption is, as you can see, there's a lot of buys. There's a lot of buy orders. I was pretty bullish when the market had opened, so I had a lot of buy setups. And then at the bottom of the buy setups, I had sell stop orders to hedge my position just in case the market started going the other way, which the market ended up going the other way. So I slowly started hedging myself. As you can see there, I just grabbed another sell entry. Um, so right now I'm working with two standards, um, two sell standards on SPY. So I just caught that two position. My thought process here was, because I was bullish when the market had opened on Sunday, and while I'm trading right now, this is market open. This was after news. This is 12 p.m. Eastern, and this was after news had dropped, and clear momentum was towards the downside. So I went ahead and switched positions, and I started taking a sell position. At the time of this trade, my thought process is, the amount that I'm willing to lose is $38. So remember, this is a phase two account for my Forex funds. So in order for me to pass phase two, I need 5% of the account, and 5% of the account is $250. So I didn't want to go under the $250. So I had about $38 of wiggle room to spare here. So with a two lot out, basically I can only afford about 14 points before I go under that 250. So that's what I was watching out for when I was in this trade, and just watching everything and managing the positions. I also had price targets that I wanted to trade pass through. So see in my notes, I wrote 3808.5. That was a key area because that is 1% of the move of where we gapped up on Sunday morning. So I figured that if the market gets close to that range, that's about a 1% move from the gap up. You can see here the market pushed down a little bit more. So I'm still playing this. I'm still holding. And what's going through my mind at this time is just be patient, see what the market does. Don't get too reactive. There's moments like this where I struggle sometimes, is when I'm in profit or when the market pushes down. A lot of times I want to take profits so early. Like I just want to take it off the table because when I see the market push down and I see a new number of profit, like for example, this is going down and it's 36, 37, 38. When the market starts to retrace back and I start losing some of those profits, I have a tendency of taking partials because I don't like to see that number diminish. But it's a part of the process. If you want to make more money, this is going to happen. A lot of times the market is not just going to go in a straight line in your way. The market's going to go up, down, and it's going to test your will a little bit. At this point, the market just made that 1% move, that price target area that I was looking at. And at this point, I can honestly say I was probably getting a little greedy. because I did have my price range set out and I didn't do anything. I just wanted to see what the market would have kept, what it was going to keep doing. So I continue watching the market. The market's still continuing melting. I don't know around what time this is, but the market's still melting. Um, right now, I'm looking at October CPI numbers. So I'm trying to see what's the percentage, um, what's the percentage yield till the market gets to last October CPI. So I was just taking a look at the longer time frames to see how much more do we have to go till we drop. So as you can see here, the market is still pushing down. We're getting into profits, and yet again, I'm still hesitant on making a move because again, I want to test my will and staying in the move and not taking partials immediately. So right now, I'm sticking through. I don't want I a part of me wants to take money off the table. A part of me is saying, hey, leave it there and watch the market do its thing. Let the market do its thing. So still watching, still watching. We're going up, down, up, down. Still being patient. This is a part of like screen time that um, that can't be like trained. Like no one can teach you that. Let me reiterate that. Like no one can teach you. This is something that every trader has to go through. Is screen time and psychology time. So right now he's battling the emotions of like, what should I do? Should I close? Should I not close? Should I keep watching? Should I put stop loss and profit? Just a whole bunch of questions is just going in my head. So another flush. We're getting flushing down again. Uh, we get to lower levels, and again, now that I'm watching this and I'm breaking this down with you guys, one thing I could take into consideration when I am trading and another setup like this happen is to cover and hedge the position a lot faster. For those that don't know what cover and hedging means, I'm going to show you what that means later in this video. I ended up executing that strategy later in this video. So now watching the reruns of this trade session, I learned that when I'm in profit like this, when the trade is going my way like this, don't be too hesitant to take a partial cover. So I could have taken a buy position somewhere around here, one standard, and since I have two standard sells, that means I still would be risk on to the sell side, right? If you don't understand that means, I'm going to explain it later in this video. But I'm just basically talking out loud to myself and telling myself that when there's a move like this and I don't want to take money off the table yet, but I do want to lock in some gains, is to be okay with taking a partial cover. So now, again, still going through the psychology, seeing higher numbers, seeing the numbers fluctuate. And around this time, the market retested. So at this time, you know, I'm battling with my emotions. I'm getting that feeling like, oh my God, the market is gonna keep going, it's gonna keep going, it's gonna keep going. So I'm battling these emotions, and it's a great this is a great test for my psychology. Because now that I'm watching this, I definitely know where my mind was at when this trade was going on. Like what I'm looking at this on 1 hour candles, so about 2 hours in from the original entries, and I'm like, yeah, this thing could still go. I think we've got about like another 2 hours left into the market, so I'm really high energy right now, thinking that this thing is just gonna like melt all the way through. So still watching, still battling the psychology, guys. I think this is a part of trading that I like. That where I am in the journey, that there's still something to learn. You know, Like there's something to learn about taking entries, there's something to learn about taking losses, there's something to learn about, how to take profits. So the fact that my mind is still in like student mode and still receiving new information, I just love it. So as you guys saw there, my screen timed out. I was kind of going back and forth. I was doing my errands, doing my normal day-to-day stuff. So I was away from the computer at that moment, but I came back on. So I think at this point the market is coming to a close. Not it's coming to a close, but we kind of have an hour left, I believe, around this time. So market bounced, and at this time when the market bounced, looking at this setup, I've seen the setup before. I'm like, oh, we can probably push up a little bit. Let me start to hedge my orders. Let me start to hedge my position. So I wanted to be patient because I didn't want to hedge too quick. So I stayed patient, started to see what the market was doing. The market looked like it wanted to push down even more. So I stayed in the game. I had a number in my head where I probably wanted to hedge at. We didn't get there yet, so I'm still holding on to this position. The market is just dancing, doing a little dancing queen. Um, but yeah, like this right here was very pit. Sorry, I just can't even talk today. This was a pivot moment in my trading journey because, again, a lot of times I'm quick to take out the profits, I'm quick to take partials. So the fact that I stayed in the game for about an hour and a half before, as you could see, I just fired off two buy orders. So I got two standards, right? So if you can see here, look down towards the margin. My margin is 38 cents. So I basically covered my entire position, right? So I covered my entire position. And what that means is when you cover is if the market goes up or down, the profit is not significantly reduced. So here, if the market goes up, I'm gonna lose about like a penny, 2 pennies or so for every point. Versus if I don't cover, is basically going to be the $1, $2 per point. So right here, I covered my position. And what I did was I put a stop loss underneath here on this buy. So basically what I did was if the market continued to go down, it would kick me out this order. And since it would kick me out the order, that means I would have one buy, one standard buy, and two standard sells. So my risk on to the sell side would be one standard. So if the market continued going down, then my P&L will start to increase. So this is one way on how to hedge and cover your position. So I got it covered, I got it hedged, and as you can see, the market is going up, but I'm only losing pennies. I'm only losing pennies, right? So got the position covered. I basically locked in a profit. So if this goes back to my original entries, I'm not going to be giving up a lot of profit. Now we just watch. I'm just watching to see what the market does. I'm okay with whatever it does. If it continue going up like it is right now, no big deal. Like I'm only losing pennies. If it decides to go back down, cool. I'll have the risk onto the sell side, and then we could continue riding the momentum all the way down. So at this point, I know I have a couple minutes left in the market. So we're just watching to the final close, see what the market does. As we get to the final stretch, I'm actually more okay with the position because when market close and we get to like Asian and London session, the market moves relatively slow. So I was happy on the positions that I have going into close. So go to show you when you cover and hedge your position, look how far the market pushed up, but look at the balance. The balance stayed relatively the same. We did not lose a lot. We did not give back a lot to the market. So that's 4 o'clock rig. That means the market is over. Thank you guys for watching. More videos to come on recaps. There will be a part two continuation when market opens of this video. So if you want to watch the continuation on how the market played out, that video will be uploaded as well. Thank you guys. If you guys have any questions on how to cover some of my strategies, some of my thought process, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Also, guys, thank you. Like the video, drop a comment. More videos to come soon. Remember, this is my Forex Funds 5K Phase 2 challenge. Love you guys. Talk to you guys next time.